Hey friends, Mike and Jess here.
And welcome to Regeneration Nation TV. Today we are reacting to 25 funniest Ali G interviews. I am very much looking forward to this, but I also don't know what to expect. We've only seen one thing from Ali G.
Yeah, it did have an interview in there, so I'm kind of hoping that that one's not in here. I kind of skimmed through.
Right.
Because we were told that the NBA interviews were like a must. The Donald Trump one, I don't see it in here, so I do have that one pulled up separately. Yeah. But if it ends up being in here, it's in here. So yeah, we've got this video pulled up. We did a vote. People voted for Ali G, more Ali G, and also we had on the vote like we could just choose, and it came in second. So we figured Ali G, but we just choose. Yeah. Okay. The interviews have come up a lot, so we were swayed by you guys heavily anyways. But anyways, we got links for this original down below. If you haven't checked out our first reaction to Ali G, I'll throw that down there as well. Go check it out. And yeah, let's get into this.
Let's do it.
Oh, jeez.
I be here with basketball superstar.
I do want to say I looked up the original show because this is terrible quality. The original show, I guess, was so long ago. It's pretty. It was the highest quality I could find. It was 360p. So there's nothing I can do about the quality of these clips. Yeah. So sorry.
So watch it together.
I be here with basketball superstar Thomas Jefferson. Respect.
Richard Jefferson.
For real, but you got into the NBA because he was the president's son, innit?
No. You're thinking of Thomas Jefferson.
Him just made one phone call in that White House. What's it called?
The White House.
Get me son in the NBA. No, he can't play. Get him in there or off with your head. Dude, that's it. Phone call over.
In that White House, what's it called?
Science. What is it all about? Technology. What is that all about? Is it good or is it whack? There's a bloke from round my hood, Staines, called Rainbow Jeremy, who reject everything to do with science. He just chill at home, he smoke his own homegrown, and check this, he don't have a telly. And
dude, the way that he said Jeremy after that, what in the world? I have to go back to that.
Everything to do with my hood, Staines, called Rainbow Jeremy, who reject everything to do with science. He just chill at home, he smoke his own homegrown, and check this, he don't have a telly. I ain't shitting you, he don't have a telly.
Yeah, he lives in a house, though. And that house is a product of technology.
No, he ain't got no technology in it. You can check out his website.
Technology.
He ain't got no thing in it.
Itself.
He's got a website.
The
He
house
wears clothes,
itself.
shoes.
What?
He eats food.
Oh my gosh.
Technology.
Oh my gosh. We almost went and just did the whole show. Some part of me still kind of wants to.
Yeah.
I want more of these.
Yo, boom, boom, shake the mofo room. I is here with the main man of medicine, his name BC Everett Coupe. So all you lot out there...
That dude has no idea what he just said. That was so hard to keep up with from me. What the...
His name BC Everett Coupe. So all you lot out there need to listen up, because you is as likely to be killed by an illness as you is by a drive-by. So let's talk about the human body, because after all, everyone has got one of them. So we is meant to believe. How important is the heart?
The heart is the pump that makes the blood take all the things that you need nutritionally to all parts of your body.
Why is the actual heartbeat so old-fashioned? You know, boom, 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 boom.
That's a built-in mechanism in the heart that is, it's electrical.
But surely, like, my homies out there would be more into looking after their heart if they had a beat that they could relate to, like a kind of drum and bass, you know. Then they would look after it and go, yo, this is me heart, respect it.
the slight little head shakes of disapproval.
That guy looked like he was from a different century. He just like totally two different people. It's crazy. He looks like
That's what's great. Like, dude, we need to find somebody that's alive that seems like they're from a different century, because that would be a great interview.
Has no idea what he's doing. Look at him. Look at him. He's like looking up and down like, what are you doing? No, that's not what I mean.
Then
This
they
is
would
my
look
heart.
after it and go, yo, this is me art. Respect it.
Respect.
Check it, I is in South Central LA to meet ex-gang member Alejandro Alonzo to talk about guns and tin. Check it. It is to do with colours here as well, is that right?
Well, colors is sort of the division between Bloods and Crips, and the color aspect has really been highlighted through the media.
What would happen if your mum did a wash and you put in your pants in there or whatever, and she put in one of her red sweaters and all your clothes come out red, even though you was in the blues? What would you do then?
Oh my gosh.
I want to hear his answer.
I did want to hear his answer. Why did he get cut off? But that's so
I
terrifying.
throw away all those clothes because I don't want to get killed.
For real,
okay?
it's funny in this thing when you think about the real of that. Like, that's terrifying. I would never interview a gang member, like an ex-gang member. Sorry, but that's
called
terrifying.
set tripping, and I'm not doing that. Why has he got like a Jamaican accent going on? At times.
Check it out, I is here with none other than my main man, Buzz Aldrin. I know this is a sensitive
really Buzz
question,
Aldrin?
but what was it like not being the first man on the moon? Was you ever jealous of Louis Armstrong?
It was Neil Armstrong, and no, I was not jealous. He was a very, very qualified person. Yeah.
Do you think man will ever walk on the sun?
No. The sun is too hot. It is not a good place to go to.
What happens if they went in winter when the sun is cold?
The sun is not cold in the winter.
Could you imagine saying this to somebody who has real world experience about things in space?
But him saying it, he doesn't have real world experience in space. I thought you were going somewhere else, but still, he's such a smart, intelligent guy. That's what makes it so much funnier. I want to see, like, after these interviews are over, of him, like, breaking character and
I know, that's what I want, is like him breaking character. That would be good to see. That'd be hilarious.
Chopping it up with Buzz for real after. Like, I didn't know what to think about you. The fact that he interviewed Buzz Aldrin is crazy.
I just see Sacha being so like a huge method actor, to where he probably goes to the extent of doing that on his daily basis. Like, as he's filming, he doesn't break character the whole time. Like, I could see him doing something like that and just keeping people in the mystery of it. Like, who is really? Yeah.
Who is really? He's the guy from Tropic Thunder that Robert Downey Jr. played.
I'm the dude playing a dude pretending to be another dude.
He takes it so serious. He's like, I don't break character to the DVD extras has been filmed or something. Whatever he said, that was so funny.
As computers made our lives better.
I don't think there's any question about it.
Will computers ever be able to work out what 999999999999999999999 multiplied by 9999999? Yo, I ain't finished. You don't know what I was going to say. 998999999.889 9889 99999999999.
The answer is yes.
The most powerful computer in the world today does 36 trillion operations a second.
So would it be able to multiply 10, 10, 10, 10, 10?
I'm so glad they ended that.
Check it, I was here with Steve Nash. So you was last season's most valuable player, or as it's called, the MP3. What was that like?
No, I was the MP3.
MP3. That's so stupid.
MVP.
MP3.
Not the, no, I wasn't.
You was the MP3.
No, I wasn't.
No disrespect, but you as Canadians, you don't even speak English, so shut up.
No, we speak English in Canada.
I don't waste my time.
Whatever you say.
Can't understand what you're saying. You're speaking in Canada.
Wicked. I is here with Rick Searforce. Him is a NASA astronaut, went on the space shuttle a few times, and was actually the commander of the space shuttle. What's the longest you've been in space?
My longest space mission was my last one, and it was 16 days on board the space shuttle.
16 days? Mm-hmm. How did you hold your breath for that long?
You don't need to hold your breath in the space shuttle.
How does you make countries do stuff you want?
Well, the way you deal with countries in foreign policy, on foreign policy issues, I think that's what you're asking me.
No doubt.
Is you deal with carrots and sticks.
But what country is gonna want carrots, even if there is like 1 million tons of carrots that you was giving over them?
Well, carrots, I'm not using that term literally. You might offer foreign aid to money, okay? Money.
Money is better than carrots, even if a country loves carrots and that is like the favorite national food. If they get given like billions of tons...
Don't get hung up on carrots. That's just a figure of speech.
What did he mean by the steak?
Absolutely genius for Ali G for Sacha to create this character and then go and talk to political figures. Yeah. Because if they're doing an interview with somebody and he takes them literally, or he rearranges their words, or he says something super specific, they have to go and cover their tracks because they have to answer in a political way to where it doesn't offend anybody. They say the right thing. Nobody's losing their minds. That's
what
the
did he mean by
funniest thing.
sticks? So you give them carrots as a reward, and then sticks, you beat them with the sticks?
I don't know what he mean. I don't know what kind of figure of speech that is. Like carrots and sticks. I don't know. But yeah, that's so weird. That's a weird thing to say.
Welcome to Mount Vernon.
Yo, respect.
Good to see you.
Safe.
Washington lived here for about 40 years, so this is very much a reflection of his personality.
So does Denzel Washington still live here?
Denzel?
For real?
No, Denzel Washington's a different Washington family. I really can't tell you a lot about his background.
Yo, he's a brother, isn't it? Was the other one a brother?
Was the other one a brother? I don't think so, no.
That's the funniest thing ever, dude.
Boom, selector. Check it. Today we're chatting about medical ethics. Let's talk about doctors. Does they have the right to end old people's lives?
That's euthanasia.
Why is it the responsibility of the euthanasia for killing someone else? Surely...
I cannot, dude.
This is an honest mistake to be very, very blunt with you. I did not know what this word meant when I was in school. And then when I heard it, I literally thought people were saying youth in Asia. Yeah, and so I'm like, smart. What does that have to do with killing people? But then it's an honest mistake. But now I know what the term means. It's all together, but it's so silly.
Of the euthanasia for killing someone else. Surely it's between that patient and the doctor.
Euthanasia is the term that's used when you are killing. It's a nice word for killing.
Well, whatever. You were saying that it's mainly Asian youths that is... No. Because you think that they're responsible for this. You don't also...
He spun it around mainly Asian
youth.
It's so much funnier when he said it like that. Oh my gosh.
I agree with him.
Who's responsible for it?
No. The euthanasia.
I think we're getting confused here. Euthanasia comes from the Greek word for death.
Let me understand what you were saying. You were saying that it got nothing to do with young people in Asia. You were saying that occasionally there's some doctors here who may be from Asia who do this.
That's correct, but they could also be from the United States.
But they're mainly from Asia.
No.
Even
No.
The ones that are there, but Asians don't very well.
No, the Asians,
they have
we
nothing
have
to do with
absolutely no evidence that the Asians do it more than we do.
The way he grabbed
we're
his
Homo
head.
sapiens. That's about 8 steps down.
I just want to make clear, because this is going out on the TV or whatever, that I don't do that stuff. I ain't got nothing against it.
Oh, it's the homo that threw him off. I mean, explain that.
It is a scientific nomenclature that describes who we are as part of a phyla or a stream of, you know, it goes hominid, hominoid, and then we
whatever, there's different names for it.
We're all Homo sapiens.
All humans would be considered.
My wife is
like just watching, he's just a fly on the wall.
Every time it shows him, he's just like, or looking like.
I think it's the funniest thing when you hear somebody say, "Oh, I'm not a Homo sapien." Like they get all offended because I think that's what you're telling
As a
them.
kid, I did make that mistake.
They hear homo and that's it. That's all they hear.
Whatever, there's different names for it.
We're all Homo sapiens.
All humans would be considered.
My wife is a Homo sapien.
But that's not homosexual.
We're all
That's what the difference is.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, it's just a way of describing who we are.
Well, that's it. You know, I just want to make clear your respect for coming on, and I ain't going to treat you differently now that that has come out.
Just want people to know.
Easy now. Check it. I is here with none other than my man, Professor James Ziegler. Him was the head of something called the IMS, which stands for the Immigration
Naturalization
Society.
Service.
Wicked. So, Professor, does you think that terrorists will use aeroplanes again?
I think they would like to.
Why does you let them fly on the same planes as normal passengers? Why don't you arrange separate flights for terrorists? So if they is gonna do this terrible behavior, let them ruin their own trip.
Well, listen.
That's a good question. That is a good question.
Problem solved. Problem
What the
solved.
heck have we been doing?
What have
this
we
whole
been
time?
doing? Golly, letting terrorists on a plane. Jeez Louise.
With normal people.
How dare we do that?
You just let them ruin their own vacations.
How do we not think about that?
Jeez Louise.
If we knew they were terrorists, we'd pick them up. We'd never let them on an airplane.
Well said, friend.
You know you was being asked this a zillion times. It must really get in your tits being asked it. But let's just sort it out. What do you say to all those conspiracy theorists who come up to you and say, does the moon really exist?
I don't think there are very many people who question whether the moon exists. It exists.
Maybe when this video came out, it took a turn for the worst, okay?
That's not what I thought he was going to say either. Like, I thought that's not the question I thought he was going to ask.
I don't think that movement picked up that much traction at this point. It took off.
All right, you was heard it here. It does exist. So all those people out there who was saying it don't, you was wrong.
That's right.
Is you upset that Michael Jackson got all the credit for inventing the moonwalk, but you was the first geezer ever to actually do it?
Geezer?
No. You can call things by different names, and you can use the moon or Mars or Venus, and you can say, this is the Venus trot.
So listen up. You has heard about the moon and about space. You better learn about these things from my man Buzz Lightyear here. So you better realize that...
No, he did not. No, he did not. No, he did not. Just call him
Buzz Lightyear here.
To his face.
To infinity and beyond.
Dude, if he does that, I'll die.
Learn about these things from my man Buzz Lightyear here. So you better realize that these things is important. Big up yourself. Buzz, keep it real. Booyakasha. Diggity, check this out, because I is here with none other than my main man, General Brent Scowcroft. Him was the National Security Advisor to George Bush
who was the president of America, and also to some geezer called Ford. Has the US got loads of famous soldiers?
Oh, quite a few.
As you met General
Yes. Schwarzkopf.
Yo.
Yes, I've met him.
Has you ever met General Motors?
General Motors is a company, builds cars.
I was like, is he gonna say Zod or like what is he gonna say, dude?
General Motors.
Booyakasha, check this out, yo. I is here with my main woman, Naomi Wolf. She be well important feminist and has like written enough books about that kind of stuff. Do you think that women should have equal rights in the workplace?
Yeah, do you?
Well, ain't there the problem that if they start getting them there, then they're going to start asking for them at home?
Yeah, and what's wrong with that?
Okay, so the feminism video has been requested too. That's gonna have to be like a whole video
thing.
on
That
it,
was like nothing. That I wanted to see him get her because you can get it can escalate.
Booyakasha, check this out. I is here with my main man, none other than the boss man, Mr. Gore Vidal. Today we is chatting about history, innit? Because you better learn about it. Let's chat about slavery. Ain't a lot of movies about slavery basically racialist? Like, whenever them needs to cast a slave, them always choose a brother.
Well, there were no white slaves.
What?
In America, in the United States.
So couldn't it be argued that slavery is a bit racialist?
Well, it was totally racist.
Oh my gosh. Dude, what a weird way to question, to phrase that.
So ridiculous.
Let's talk about in the airports. You know those machines that beep when you've got coins in your pocket? Why don't they develop a machine that beeps if you was carrying a gun?
Well, it does too. A gun will also set it off, or a knife.
But them is mainly designed for coins and keys.
No. It's designed for guns and knives and objects that could be weapons.
Does they use dogs in airports?
For explosive devices.
Ain't the problem though that 99% of dogs can't speak English? So how does they let you know who is carrying a bomb?
Well, dogs are trained to give indications.
How?
Well, they will sit and point, for example.
How does he know they ain't pointing to say this one definitely ain't got a bomb in it?
Well, they're trained to only respond to a certain smell.
99% of dogs don't speak English. I didn't know this.
Pointing that this one don't have a bomb in it.
Oh.
This is George Washington's most private sanctum. It's a study.
For real.
And that's, you know, who that guy is.
Who's that?
That guy is the father of the American Navy, John Paul Jones.
Was it difficult for him to live and fight without having any arms or legs?
Well, no, he actually had a full body. That artist didn't want to do the full body. He just stopped right here.
What is a planet? A planet is, well, we live on a planet. Earth is a planet. It's round. It's pretty large, but it's small compared to a star. Like the sun is a star. And you could take 1,000,000 Earths. 1,000,000 Earths could fit inside the sun. That's how big it is.
What, the sun is bigger than the Earth?
Oh yes, much bigger. Star, but it's just so far.
About...
Well, of course, it's so far.
So the sun ain't that small.
No, it's huge, really. It's just so far away.
It's much bigger than that. Do you think a woman will ever be president?
Absolutely.
Ain't there a problem that if there is a woman president, they're going to spend all their time on facials, shopping, and getting new shoes?
I think if you said that to most women who could be president, you'd be surprised how tough they are.
But ain't you worried that the whole cabinet would be like Brad Pitt on Defence and George Clooney on Elf, you know, because him from ER, you know, and you've just got like all these other good-looking geezers and King Dong in the background.
We've already been through it before. I mean, as I said, Margaret Thatcher was probably one of the 3 best prime ministers of the 20th century.
But wouldn't there be a danger that they'd like fall in love with someone bad like Saddam Hussein?
Dude, imagine.
So stupid.
Imagine that is like, we don't get a very fit woman president. Like you said, Margaret Thatcher. We don't get someone like that. We get someone who actually is all of those
just like that, yeah.
Like, just shops way too much. It's like relationship after relationship, drama.
You know, with the
That
way...
would be so funny.
I don't want to say it, but yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Crazy.
Booyakasha. Check this
Booyakasha.
out. The election in America is a well important thing. So you better understand the politics of it. That's why I was here with none other than my main man, Mr. Patrick Buchanan. So you better listen up and recognize.
Why are you doing so much with your hands?
What else is the election going to be fought on this year?
It'll probably be about Iraq.
Does you think that Saddam's ever was able to make these weapons of mass destruction, or whatever, or as they is called, BLTs?
Was Saddam able to make them?
Could he make BLTs?
Yes. At one time he was using BLTs on the Kurds in the north.
Was it worth fighting a war over BLTs?
I don't think Saddam Hussein and Iraq were a threat to the United States, even if they had WMDs or BLTs, as long as they weren't nuclear weapons.
If you had the evidence that Saddam had these BLTs in his house, would you have said yes, attack?
Not unless he had, if he had anthrax, if he had mustard gas.
Whatever
No.
he put in them.
No, no. If he had mustard gas, no.
Let's say he didn't have mustard and the BLTs is his claim. Would you been able to go in there then?
No.
Mustard.
Is it ever worth fighting a war over sandwiches?
Is it ever worth fighting a war? Yes.
What?
He stopped hearing him. He's like, I'm zoning half the stuff you say now.
Oh my
I'm
gosh.
zoning it out.
He
Because
said he
it's
had no mustard. Do you think the BLTs? I want a BLT, actually. That sounds lovely.
Me too.
So, what is the 4th of July?
4th of July is when they issued the Declaration of Independence, and we treat that as a holiday every year. So nobody goes to work on the 4th of July, and we have fireworks and all sorts of,
what?
celebrations.
No one goes to work on the 4th of July. That is a bold-faced lie.
Yeah, it is.
I've never worked a job where I didn't have to work on 4th of July.
I've worked several 4th of Julys.
If it ended on a Y, then you work on that day. I don't know. What the heck?
What date does you hold the 4th of July on?
Yeah, usually the 4th of July.
Why?
Well, that's what we call it that, I think, yeah.
What happens if it was a leap year? It wouldn't be on the 4th of July then,
It'd
innit?
still be on the 4th of July.
No, not a leap year.
Oh, yeah.
Does you know what a leap year is?
Yeah, sure.
Every like 5 years.
It's every 4
You get-
years. There's an extra day in February.
Or maybe yeah.
Maybe yeah. Maybe yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Oh. How come there ain't much security on trains?
Well, for one thing, it's kind of hard to hijack a train and run it into something.
But what's to stop a terrorist taking over a train, driving it into, God forbid, the White House?
We can't. There are no tracks.
Well,
there are no tracks to the White House.
Not that we know of.
No, they're not.
How does he know they ain't been building one?
The White House is so protected. There's no way of building tracks to the White House with the Secret Service and all the barriers that are around it.
Yo, well, you'd have to have someone in it on the inside.
But they would have to build them on.
Someone who was like, yo, at night.
No, even that. They'd have to build them on top of the ground, and they'd have to go right to the White House. There's no way of being on the inside of that.
The fact that they have to be saying this.
Check it, West Side. This BLG representing with my man Kobe Bryant.
Yo,
No
respect.
way.
How many springs does an official bowl have in it?
How many springs? It doesn't have any springs in it.
Well, how does it bounce then?
It's air. There's air in the ball.
Well, there's air in this room. How come this room ain't bouncing?
Perfect way
He's
to end
like,
it, honestly.
fair question.
I'm sure it went on, but that was actually that was perfect comedic timing right there, if I must say so. Oh my gosh, we have the Donald Trump one as well.
Oh my
That one
word.
was not in there.
We have to watch it.
Yep. All right, let's go.
Okay. It's nice and
And how does I call you, like?
You can call me Donald.
For real.
Okay.
It's Trump, innit?
Right.
And Rakeem, remember at the beginning, what you do?
TR. It's up there, innit? So how long has there been businesses?
Well, business started from the day one, from early in the world.
And what was they doing business in back in the day?
Many, many, many years ago, hundreds of millions of years ago, people were doing business, and they were trading in rocks and stones and other things.
Who would want to buy rocks?
I don't know, man. You gotta ask them that.
I've got some business idea that I just want to tell you about, and I'll be a fool if...
Very quickly.
What is the most popular thing in the world?
Music.
No.
Tell me.
Ice cream.
Okay.
Everyone has it. And what is the problem with ice cream?
I have no idea.
It drips.
Okay.
So my idea is what?
To make a drip-proof ice cream.
No. Oh, that's a fucking brilliant idea. All right, whatever. You ain't going to come out with that.
No, I promise you I won't.
Well, my idea is to come out with just like these ice cream gloves that make the ice cream not go on your hands and make it all well sticky. And also keep your hands warm when you is eating the ice cream.
Okay.
Is you in or is you in?
Okay, well, it sounds like a good idea, and I hope you make a lot of money. Good luck, folks. It's been nice seeing you. You take care of yourself, okay?
He's like, get me out of here.
Sounds like an interesting
We've got like P. Diddy is going to be in it.
Good.
I was just wondering, like, how do they set up these interviews? They have to tell them, don't they have to tell them that it's a ridiculous spoof? Like,
No.
or then
No.
do they literally tell them it's a person that's actually interested in what you do?
Yep.
You got to sit down. It's prestigious. It's a good interview.
It's got to be.
And then they realize, what the heck have I done?
Oh my gosh. That is so freaking funny. He was like, very quickly.
Yeah.
It's like
Donald
no
Trump
BS
don't
at
have
all.
no time for you. He's like, I got things to do. Get out of here.
Oh my gosh. I loved every single one of those interviews, but it's like you only get a little bit of snippet, and it's like a good introduction. And also, if we were to watch these full shows, the full episodes, it didn't give away too much to where watching them again, it's
right,
like, oh,
we
we've
wouldn't
already
be
seen
like,
this.
yeah.
It's like, really, we've only
I
got
definitely
like
want to
10,
watch
15
one in
seconds of
its
them.
entirety. I think that would be hilarious just to see the reactions and everything. But I think this is absolutely genius comedy because in my head, I want to know what's inside those people's brains, but I also love the fact that we don't take it too serious. You know what I mean? Like sometimes it's like so serious and they're just always doing serious things and just spitting their knowledge, which is good because they're spreading good stuff sometimes to the world. But it's just like sometimes you just want to make fun of it.
Yeah,
See,
exactly.
like ask stupid questions
That's
and
so
see how they take themselves. Like when they laugh at it, I think that would be awesome if they laughed too. But most of them were super serious and didn't know how to take him. They were like, okay.
Yeah, for real.
I feel like he
much
almost
prefer
got
it
buzzed.
like this because you have like the Zach Galifianakis Between Two Ferns thing.
Yeah,
but
that's
that
funny.
one, it's so scripted. It feels
It is,
because
yeah.
I've seen other clips behind it, and it's
Uh-huh.
like, yeah, it seems just so set up.
It is. It definitely is. I mean, he's interviewing actors, so it's not that hard to script it.
Anyways, all right, friends, that was hilarious. Let us know what you thought of it, where we should go from here.
Yes,
And,
please.
thanks for watching. We'll see you on the next one.
Bye, friends.
I'm not scared of your love, so show me it. Let